Alright, so hi guys. So that is my 40 minutes baking, and in this video for today I'm gonna choose a presentation from one of these. But before that, let me just go to the Google Meet for having my caption on so that I can check my pronunciation while I'm doing the presentation. The presentation, it is this maybe it is the CBT that I've done in the past. I mean, maybe it's gonna be in grade 12. I mean, in grade 11 or grade 10. For this photo presentation, I'm gonna use the CBT presentation for my practice speaking for today. And now I'm gonna choose a presentation from English. I did for the English, right? Do we have anything here? Oh, I have nothing in here. How about this one? Nothing. How about this one? Oh, I have the teacher, right? This is not a CBT. Oh, this is a CBT. All right, so let's get started. I also have math, right? I do have math, but I put it, in my hard drive. So let me take it out. We don't have time, so we can use this one for learning purposes and put it over here. All right, so like I started with this beginning for today. Just let me, open this one up. Put this one over here. The camera is ready right now so that I can start my work. Alright, so hi guys and welcome guys to my 40 minutes baking for today. And in this baking for today, I'm gonna choose a presentation which is CBT from the latest courses that I've gone through in my way of learning. And now I just took it out. I just take it out for my English speaking practice. I'm gonna open the presentation and do it again for one more time in order to check my pronunciation as well as my skills of presenting or the communication skill during the time when I'm speaking. All right, so now I choose the TEG 3M1, which is 3U1 with TM1 or TU1. I don't really know, which is a computer science subject that I've learned in last quadrimester, and now I'm gonna spend the time on it. So enjoy it. All right. So the preference about the preference about the lesson, which is the Unit 3 Basic Python and Console Instruction, Unit 4 Conditionals, and Unit 5 Looping. So let's start with the Unit 3 Basic Python and Console Interaction. So simple to let me put it in here. It's gonna be good, right? Yeah. So the printing lesson 3.1 printing in Python. The print statement. And what is the print statement? And how can you know that? You can know the print statement by looking for it symbol, which you can see the print in here. What is its functions? Its function is that it displays the text on the screen after you have tapped your code. For example, when you put the print statement in your code, and when you print it out, it's gonna show the letters, the thing that you have put in between your quotation. So in here we can see that in the 3.1.5, which is the introduce yourself, in here I've tapped the print and then and then quotation mark. Hi, my name is Kwa, and then I close the quotation mark. And in here, when it's print out, it's gonna be just hi, my name is Kwa. It doesn't have a quotation mark or the print on it, because the print and the quotation mark is just a thing that you put it in a code to show the thing that you've input in it. So let's start with the next one. So the second one, the variables and tabs. What is the variables and tabs? The variables and tabs. Let me check the Fox dictionary. Let me check it for a little bit. TYPE, right? TYPE. Let me just check it. Type. The type. So variables and type. Variables and types. And what is a variable? Variable is something that stores information in a program so that it can be used later. It has three things: the name, the type, and the value. Type. The name, the type. The name, type, and the value. The name, type, and the value. So I can show you some sample program for the name. The name is that when you put the name, you're gonna put it in a quotation mark. But when you put numbers, you don't have to put any quotation mark on it. And so here I also have the video which help you know more about the quotation mark. So let me show you guys. Wait a minute. Why I can't play it. So it's gonna be for some reason that I can't play it in here, but I still put it in here. It's pretty good. I have no idea what's going on, but it's gonna be fine. So the user input. The input function. And what is the input function and what does it mean? So the input function is a function that prints a prompt and retrieves text from the user, which means that whatever you put whatever you input, it will have the same output that you have put in the input. So for example in here, and also we can see that the tab conversation, a type, a type. So the type. So the type conversation. We can't perform mathematical operation if the type of the variable is still str. We have to convert it to int type. So for example, when you want to input the letters, you're gonna use the str, which means the string, not string with a quotation mark on it, when you bracket quotation mark, whatever you input on it, and you can see it over here. Here. Wait a minute. Did I put something wrong on it? Input. Oh, so here it is just a really basic example. It doesn't have, you know, an str or int, but I can say that when you want to have your input. So for example, the username in here. So when you want to have when you want to input some kind of stuff and you want it to print out, you have to set the tab of your work. So so the SDR is for the letters, and for the any symbol, I believe so. For any symbol, but for the ENT is just for the whole number, which means just one or two. You can't have 1.1 or 1.5 on it. All right, and let's move on to the next one. Mathematical operators. And what is the mathematical operators? So mathematical operators allow Python to do some math in the program. So what is the mathematical symbol? And when there are four basic mathematical operators, which mean plus, multiply, divide, and minus. So let's move to the next one. The string operators. Operators string. You can add two strings together using the plus operator. When you use the plus operator on two strings, it's called concatenation. Concatenation. Adding a string and an integer is not allowed, which means you can use the operator to add two strings together, but you can't use it to add an operator with a number. With an integer and a string, it's not possible for you to do it. So in here we can see that the string, and the string is going to be in the quotation mark. And you can be noted if you put a number like 1 inside a quotation mark, so that number is going to be a string. It's not a number anymore, because everything when you put it inside the quotation mark, it's going to be a string. It's not a integer. It's not an integer or the whole number anymore. It is a string. So in here you can see that when you have the expression string plus string, which means for example, you're gonna have the letter A plus letter B, and both of them is gonna be inside the quotation marks. So you're gonna have the result, which is AB. That's it, right? Or A plus B plus C, you're gonna have ABC. That's it. But when you have a string and the integer, which make the computer, your machine, understand that you want to repeat it for 3 times. So for example, you have over here string multiply integer, which is a minus 3. You have a. It's not a and then the power of 3. It's not like that. It's a. So the integer plus string. Oh no. It's not 3a, but it's a. So the integer plus multiply string, which is 3 multiplied by a. So you're gonna have the same result, which is a. It's not like 3a. Alright, yeah, and let's move to the next one. So the comments. And what is the comment, and how many tab or comment are used in the programming language? And how many tab and how many tab of and how many tab of the programming language is used in the coding. So the comment is used to help the reader understand the code faster and easier. For example, when you work in the group and you can't use your mouse. I mean, if you have a challenge that you're not gonna use your mouse, you're gonna just use some comments in the paper to show them where the mistakes is. So you're gonna use like that. You're gonna put some comment inside the the, the, the project, and you're gonna give it to somebody. And when they look at the project, they can understand the comments like where this mistake, what should they do, or what should they do next, or what is your mistake, or what are your mistakes, in order for them. It makes them easier to fix them, to do it immediately, rather than they're gonna go through all of the projects and find out where are your mistakes. So the comments is gonna help them. It's gonna help the members in your team works, more efficient, and make the team and push, the power of a team to the another level, which means that it's gonna be you guys will work faster, easier, and you're gonna have more time for checking the code, or yeah. And there are two types of the comment: the single line comment and the multi-line comment. The single line comment is start with the slash, and then you want to type anything on just that line. If you go to the next slide, you have to put the another slash. If you don't put it, so the machine will read it as a code, and it will not work, because your code is not, your comment is not a code. So when you put some comment on it, it's not a really efficient thing on it. And we also have this multi-line comment, which is you're gonna put 3 quotation mark at the beginning and 3 quotation mark at the top, in order to open and close in order to open your comments and close your comments. And the things that you have put in between the two line at the top and the 3 line at the bottom is going to be read as the comment. So if you want to run a code and then you by accident you put it in this between the 3 quotation at the top and the 3 quotation in the bottom, it's not gonna run your code. It's not gonna run your code. It's not gonna run your code. So our Fox dictionary. It's not gonna run your code. How can you read it? Code. So it's not gonna run your 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 code. Yeah. So it's not gonna run your code. And the conditional. So lesson 4.1, the Booleans. What is the Booleans? The Booleans is used to write a program that can decide, execute one piece of code. Is used to write a program that can decide, execute one piece of code instead of another piece based on the circumstances. It is a value that can be true or false. You can use it as a name or yes or no question. So when you want to put it equals true report. So we're gonna set the polling at the beginning of your work. Whenever we're gonna print out these values, so it's gonna be true. But when this prints out these values, it's gonna be false. So for example, when you set your numbers, for example, 1 to 18 is gonna be yes, and over the 18 is gonna be no. And when you put it on the questions, for example, are you 18? Please enter your age. And when the user enter his age, it's gonna compare the age with the thing that you have set in your code. So if the user input like 17, it's gonna check if the age of a user is smaller or equal to the age of the true statement. And if yes, it's gonna print out the true. If no, it's gonna print out the false. That's it. It's not hard. If statement. If statements allows a program to behave differently depending on circumstances. The if statement, right? Okay, so it's like when you put the condition, for example, you don't know when you have the left and the right corner, and you don't know which corner will the user choose, and you don't know what is the solution for them. For example, if you prepare anything for the left corner and then they're gonna turn right, so you have nothing in the right. But when you put the if statement, it's gonna be like that. If the user turn left, it's gonna be blah blah blah. And if the user if the user not turn left, maybe he's gonna turn right. Maybe so he's gonna turn right. So you're gonna have the other solution for the turning right person. So the if statement, it is a decision making statement, which means it's gonna depends on the answer of the user to choose the best solution. To choose the thing that they really need. So the comparison operators. So what is the comparison operator and what does it mean? So the comparison operators can be used directly in if statement, and can be stored in variables that are used in the if statement. So the comparison operators is gonna be like equal, greater, smaller, or not equal, and more. And in here I'm gonna name something. When you put two equal, simple, it's gonna mean equal to. You have this word, and a equal symbol is gonna be not equal to, and the same one with the character smaller, greater, and or equal, smaller or equal, or not larger, not smaller. And so for this one, you're gonna put it in the if statement. You're gonna put if the input of a user is equal to this one, to the stuff that you've put it in the condition, and it's gonna check the condition. If the condition is true, so it's gonna run the thing that you've put in the if statement. But if not, it's gonna just skip the if statement. It's gonna go to the another one. And the logical operators. The logical operators is a word used to connect two or more expressions. And the logical operators and the examples of the logical operators is going to be and, or not. And, or, and not. And, or, and not. So for example, it's gonna check the two conditions that you put in there. For example, if you don't have those logical operators, you're gonna put it like if this one is larger than this one and then done. If you have some other conditions, it's gonna be if this one is larger than this one, but it is smaller than this one, you're gonna print out the stuff in the if statement, or if this one is going to be larger than this one, or it's going to be larger than this one, so it's okay. Or this one is not larger than this one, so the first condition is not larger than the second condition. So you're going to put so you're going to put the thing in the if statement. You're going to print out the thing that you've put after the if statement, and the thing in the if statement is not working for that. The floating point numbers and routing. So I want to sit down right now. I'm really my legs is really bad, especially for now. I have to stand up for around 50 minutes to do my work. It's gonna be really good, or it's also be really bad stuff for me, because I'm not really sure that I can stand up this long. Like before, I just stand up for 50 minutes and my leg is really bad. Okay, so let's just have a relax right now, talking about the thing everyone. Oh, maybe okay. So this is a break. So I'm not gonna continue this one until I think that I'm good again. Because my leg is really bad right now. So maybe I'm gonna have. So maybe I'm gonna talk the thing that's not related to me, in order to to improve my mood, to improve my my health first, and do it through. And so here I can say that all the things that I've learned and I've gone through from the beginning of making this YouTube channel is that at the beginning, I just want to grow a YouTube channel, but at now, I'm going to use this channel as a platform for my English speaking, for the things that I've gone through. I'm going to put on it. I'm going to use this site as my teacher for checking my pronunciation. When I put in there, if somebody they have time, they're gonna go there and they're gonna check it. But if they don't have time, they're gonna just go through it. And I don't really care about them, because the thing that I want to put in here is that I want to improve my confidence. Like when you see that you don't have nothing to show to someone else, to everyone, you're gonna feel shy or nervous when you talk, when you stand in front of the people and have some speech, or you're gonna be shy and nervous when you are on a stage. So by making this one, like I want to show to everyone else to know about me, because I put it in the website, I put it in the online stuff, and everyone can see it. So if they're gonna have some bad comments about me, so I just take it as advice for me to improve myself for the next time. But if they really care about me, they can point out my mistake. So I'm gonna say that, okay, so thank you really much for pointing out my mistakes so that I can improve myself better. But if they're not, so okay, so that's good. And maybe someone else can use those kind of stuff as motivation for them to work harder for the exam, for the stuff, for the process of doing something. And I've seen the quote from the motivation to study, that there are two ways making progress or making excuses. There are two ways of making excuses or making. Maybe I'm gonna check it right now. I just go through the YouTube right now. Just go to stop making excuses. Then I'm gonna check. Okay. So there are two ways of there are two way of options: making process or making excuses. You just have two options in your life. You're gonna making excuses, or you're gonna making process. If you like, if you're making process, you're gonna be successful. You're gonna be the best version of yourself. You're gonna be the best version of yourself. If you are making excuses, so congratulations, you're destroying yourself. You're destroying yourself. You're destroying your future. You're destroying everything because you're making excuses. So which means you're not doing anything. But the people who is making the process, that they are trying really hard and really hard. They're really focused on their future. They really concentrate for the thing that they have set for themselves to achieve their dreams. All right. So I think that I have put so much power of speaking in here. I've spoken for non-stop for 40 minutes, and it's gonna be good for me. I'm gonna stand up like this. I'm gonna talk in order to have my body wake up, with my ass up, in order to have the energy, in order to have a better health. Like when I do the 30 minutes speaking and the 10 minutes speaking, I usually sit down on my seat and I'm gonna do it. I feel like I've sit all day, so I have to stand up and make some exercise while I'm talking. Like while you talking and speak, you're not gonna stand up like this. You're not gonna move your hand or move your legs in order to show everyone your comfortable stuff, your comfortableness, you're comfortable, yeah. In order to make you comfortable, while you're talking, like you're gonna stand like this. It's gonna be really serious stuff, and they're not gonna they're gonna be to laugh at you because you look too weird. But when you move your hand like this, are you gonna just walk for a little bit up or a little bit down? It's gonna be a professional stuff, a professional speaking, a professional speaker for them, in order to understand your idea, your message through your speech. Alright, I've put so much effort in this speaking, and I thought this would be a really good idea, a really good speaking. I think that I'm gonna end my my presentation right now because I just want to have some normal speaking. Maybe I'm gonna have the 10 minutes speaking, maybe after I finish this one. So it's gonna be a really good idea to have a 10 minutes speaking after I finish a 40 minutes speaking, and the amount of time and the amount of time that I've spent for the and the amount of time that I've spent on the 40 minutes speaking. Like the more time I spend on speaking, the more master of the speaking skill that I've gained in the future, that I can gain in the future. Because you will get what you will get what you give. So if I give the effort, I give time for my speaking skill, for my pronunciation, so I'm gonna have my speaking upgraded. I'm gonna have my skill more professional in the future if I am trying my best in order to fix myself, in order to be the best version of myself in the future. So I just don't give up, stand up and do whatever I want, and just focus on my dream. Just don't really care about what they're saying. So I have the best example like this. A boat is on the ocean. So how it can't be go down to the ocean? It's gonna be broken, because the amount of water is larger than the ship or the boat many thousand times. So how can the boat or the ship cannot be broken? Because they have a really big and a really strong body. If they have just a hole on it, so it's going to be broken down in pieces. So it's like for me, there are so many negativity around me, but if I just let them, I just open a hole for them to go inside my body, so they're gonna destroy my body, so I'm gonna be broken. I can't stand up for myself anymore. So I have to, just don't open the way for the negativity to go through your body. Just be positivity. Never give up and just don't let the negativity control you. But sometimes I'm in the bad side and I just let the negativity control me for some times, or just make some excuses just because I'm too lazy to do it. That I have to do it that I have to do it sometimes. But I feel really bad about it. But I can't change. It's not that I can't change, but I'm making the changes for myself. I've put out the games, so I have reading comics and watching films left. So for the games, I'm not really I really care about the games because I'm making the YouTube channel, right? But now the OBS, the editing, app, which is the After Effects, I can't use anymore. So I'm really lazy about this, and I've put away the making music for more than 1 month. So I'm too lazy to make it overnight, because when you want to make a habit, it's gonna take you around 21 days to build a long habit. If you can put something in 21 days, so you can be you can make it best habit, but you can put it out your bad habit in 21 days too. But the process of making it is always harder than speaking. When you say it, you're gonna think that, oh, it's gonna be really good, it's just gonna be really easy. But when you do it, it's not that easy. It's gonna be really tough. If you're gonna go through it, so it's gonna be easy. But if you can't, it's gonna be, a hell. It's not a heaven for you anymore. And so I have 2 minutes left before around 2 and 20 minutes left for the speaking for today. So what should I say for myself and me in the future for now? So I'm gonna say that just don't give up when you have the obstacle that are stopping your way of gaining something or your way of achieving something. Like if you want to be the best version of yourself, just don't really scare about the obstacles that are blocking you. You just upgrade your skills, learn more, do more, and then go through it. Just never give up. So this is a really stupid decision or a really stupid example that I've created. So everybody can go to Harvard. Anybody can go to Harvard. Yeah, like that. Everyone can go to Harvard if they have time, if they have patience, if they never give up. Like, for example, for a really smart person, they're gonna go to Harvard after grade 12. So that's some normal cases. But if some really bad ass student, they really want to go to Harvard. If they really want, they can go to there after a process making. Maybe they can go there when maybe they can go there when they are 40 years old. If a normal person can go there, maybe they are gonna be 20 years old. And a really hard person just never give up although he's really stupid and he's he really stupid. He's really kind of bad, stupid in studying something, but he has patience, so he's gonna be success. But he has his passion and his patience, so he's gonna go to Harvard. By the way, just my advice, my message for the speaking is never give up. Just focus on what you're doing and then you can make it come true. You can be the best version of yourself too. Okay, so yeah, bye guys, and have a really good day. So now I want to go to the 10-minute speaking, and tonight I have something to do, so I'm gonna go upstairs at 8 o'clock, and I have 2 hours for studying the chemistry. Yeah, and finish all of the chemistry stuff and have a better idea for the physics for the physics tomorrow. All right, bye guys, have a good day. Boom. So let me do like this. It's really good.